Hi, I'm Jessica,
And I'm Tracy,
and this is She's on Top, the place where we celebrate and elevate women.
and this is a new series called The New Normal.
If you're not already a follower, we would love it if you subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever the social media place of your choice is.
And when you go on YouTube, hit the bell button. That way you'll get notice of all of our videos.
Today, we're super excited to have Jill Valentine and Nicole Hrinco from UGO Impact. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Did I get
Hi.
that right? Did I get all the names right and everything?
Yes. Very impressed. Very impressed. I got several consonants there.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and get this organized, but it's hard with the four of us. But Jill, why don't you tell us a little bit about UGO? What do you guys do?
Oh, so what we do is we are basically a social enterprise that uses travel and volunteering to help people discover and actually make happen how they want to impact the world. Whether that's in a big and profound way or on a smaller scale, doing something more meaningful locally, globally. We help people basically find the clarity, courage, and community to create the impact in the world that they've always wanted to.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. And I would imagine, I can't even imagine how, like, especially a travel industry, that must be super challenging at this time. Like, are you guys figuring it out, or is it like, we're just not going to think about it for a while? How's it going?
Well, we are truly about two major things, and that is we were all about using travel as, a tool, but really we are about the impact and being of service. So at the moment, we are responding a lot in line with our highest value, which is being of service, by just being of service right now. We're actually both working on the Homefront initiative, which is helping frontline workers get PPE. And so we've actually kind of put the business a little bit on simmer so that we can just be of service right now in this time of crisis, knowing that we will eventually go back and pretty much do the same kind of programming, but without the travel component, but just not right yet. We kind of feel like being of service is really what we can do right now, truly, to help out.
That sounds amazing. So Nicole, can you tell us a little bit about Homefront and how you're working with them to, for the industry?
Absolutely, would love to, in fact. So for anyone who's listening at home, it's the Homefront.ca, and we are a collective of entrepreneurs and professionals who've come together because we couldn't sit at home and do nothing. And both Jill and I were asked to join their leadership team or be part of their team. And what we're doing is focusing really on what all of our healthcare professionals actually need, mostly in the GTA. It was also inspired by actually a different entrepreneur. I'm going to drop names, Diana House out in London. And we're essentially taking her footprint and applying it to the GTA. So what we've learned, and we've probably seen in the news all over the world, there's a shortage around personal protection equipment. Healthcare workers are actually concerned about their families. They don't want to go home because they don't want to infect them. So we're helping them with accommodation. And then at the same time, it's a challenge to be on shift for as many hours as they are and get healthy food. So we're working on getting them food as well. So as Jill alluded, I think for UGO, the business might be on simmer, but our ethos is not. And so it's really important for us to be seen as being active and being of service, especially in this time of incredible, exceptional time in history.
That's amazing. It must be, I love that you guys can do that. You know what I mean? That it's like, were you able to pivot right away, or how did it hit you both personally at the beginning? Because we've been talking to a few entrepreneurs, and it's amazing, how some people were like, for the first week, I couldn't get out of bed or whatever it was, like how did you guys cope?
I think
go ahead.
I was going to say similar. I think it's a shock. I mean, Jill and I were really pushing hard our program to go to Tanzania in October. And of course, you alluded, travel is just not an option for anyone right now. So personally, it's hard to kind of have that shock happen. So yeah, were we getting out of bed? Barely. But I think deep down though, we could not help but find a way to serve our community, to serve in general. And it's actually kind of now what we're rallying around. I'd still have days, of course, our ups and downs, but you know, when you actually are able to go in and maybe do work for the Homefront, you know, having some sort of sense of purpose really does make all the difference. Which is, at least for me. Jill, why don't you give a sense for how you've been feeling?
I actually fell sick the very first week we were home over the March break, which was a bit of like, it was just, I was concerned obviously if it was COVID to begin with, but that kind of really took me out of the game altogether. Like I wasn't even able to leave the house, like right from the get-go. And I have a 5-year-old. So that has really played a huge role in even my ability to be as like Nicole's like putting in the days, you know, for the Homefront. I'm doing what I can, truly. Although I've now, Kiela and I are starting a little fundraising campaign selling some Shrinky Dink charms that she's made to support the Homefront. So it's kind of about like making the best of what is happening. And, you know, yeah, there are days I am in tears. There are days that, you know, I really do struggle because I normally would be right on the front, hands dirty out there. And I'm feeling like I can't be of service. I can't be in my business as much as I want to be. I'm loving my time with my daughter, but at the same time, you know, there's limitations, and I'm coming to terms with what those are.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really challenging. We ask everybody we interview, is there something that we can do when we put this out there? We can ask the community to help UGO, to help you guys. Can you let us know how we can help?
Well, I would
Jill, Nicole.
I think we're both probably going to say the same thing. It would be, I mean, I would say right now, UGO is going to be good. We'll do what we need. It is to support initiatives like the Homefront, you know, to make the donations. To me, that is way more important than, you know, sort of our business and things like that are truly saving the lives of people out there right now. So yeah, donate to the Homefront. We just kicked off a big fundraising campaign so that we can go out and purchase PPE or put the money into whatever hands of the right people that can, you know, do the things that need to be done. So that would be our way. And right now, if you are struggling to be of service, it's a small and easy way to be of service, which makes you feel good. It makes you have a little bit of sense of control, a sense of purpose nowadays. So yeah.
We'll put all the information in the description on YouTube and on Instagram and Facebook, so people can find the Homefront and get involved if they want to.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Maybe I'll ask Nicole this. Start with Nicole. What are you learning? Like, it's so interesting from this experience. Like, you guys are similar to us. I think, Nicole, you're single, right? Or you live on your own. I live on my own. Tracy's got a family. I know Jill's got a family. I'm just so curious to talk to people about, you know, it's a couple of weeks in now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, is any sort of epiphanies? You know, it doesn't have to be brilliant. It could just be,
or it can be brilliant.
Just what you're thinking.
Well, thank you for taking the pressure off.
I don't have any words.
The word epiphany can be intimidating. You know what? I think, you know, for me, COVID has made us strip everything down to what matters most, like from a business, from a personal. When Jill and I started, our business was all based on our values anyway, because we know we got so much out of travel and volunteering, and we wanted to put a program to help people also have purpose and meaning in their life. And then with COVID, of course, the travel's gone, but you know, our values haven't changed. So Jill and I, when we say UGO will be fine, it's because Jill and I will be fine, and we will find a way to be of service through business or our social impact, you know, our social enterprise. But who we are and what we are, you know, just, I guess if there's any advice, just, you know, listen to your gut and who you are, and just like embrace it, you know, that's important. And to be kind to each other. You know, we're all struggling, we all have our ups and downs. And I think, you know, if we can all lead through just, you know, a service leadership or a generous mindset, that's what we need.
Anything for you, Jill, or did Nicole get it all?
No, I mean, that's a huge piece for sure. I'm doubling down on all the things that we talk about, like we have our 3 pillars of happiness. I'm doubling down on those. I'm, you know, practicing extreme gratitude every day. I'm really really deeply connecting with the right people in my life right now and cutting out those that are, you know, sources of turmoil rather than, you know, sources of, you know, happiness and things like that. And again, really making sure that I'm seeking purpose even in my everyday, because I do find that without that, I get anxious, I get lost, I feel stressed out. And so feeling that I can do small things to still have a sense of purpose, whether it's supporting, you know, just a friend or something like that. But one thing I did realize on a lighter note is when I was like, oh, if I just had time with Kiela and, you know, we could get into a good routine, that was never the reason. We were not in a good routine at the time. I just don't work like that. Like it's just so funny. I'm like, no, that's just not how we work. I will never be the like get up and at this time we're doing, like most days we're in our pajamas for a good chunk of the day, and we had a schedule that basically was thrown out the window the next day. Like we are just, hey, what do we feel like doing now kind of people. That was one of my big learnings is it, you know, when I used to think, oh, if I just got up at a certain time in the morning, Jill and I could do yoga before she goes to school. Or that, no, that was not the reason. Like, it's just not it. So yeah, and just really having a little bit of self-learning as well, which is really nice.
That's great. Well, thank you so much. It was great talking to you guys. We'll put information about your business and about the Homefront down below. And we really enjoyed talking to you. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you guys so much.
Stay safe.
Enjoyed this.
Thank you.
Me
Thank
too.
you.
So nice
Thank
to have a laugh. It's like
Yeah.
the best.
Yeah. I know.
Thanks so much, guys. Bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Bye.